Why to live like an enlightened? It's not about a certain enlightened. It's not about a certain religion. Many religious people follow their certain enlightened. Means Buddha, Jesus, Muhammad. But you can choose also a mix. And that's pretty easy because there are many similarities between these enlightened people. So they are not so far different, but they are very different from all the rest of the people. And that's actually one first reason, because you have to untangle from this world. You are and were entangled maybe this whole life from beginning when you entered the school. Minimum then you are entangled. You have to go somewhere. They gave you a daily routine to adjust you to their system, that you are a perfect businessman when you are ready with school. But a perfect businessman counts nothing in the heaven. Or maybe if the same person also lives like an enlightened and implements routines from an enlightened in his life, it means follows Jesus, follows Buddha, follows whatever is there, then a businessman can also be good. But basically, the schools and the whole system in all states, they are not after creating good people in that way. They only want what they define as good is only fitting to their system. But many people don't know why they have to be good. Only to fit to the system is not enough for a human soul. A human soul still is seeking for more. There is an emptiness, a negative kind of emptiness in the soul when someone is only adjusting to the material system, to the state, to a job, whatever it is. And at the end of the day, on the deathbed, the person in worst case thinks, for what I have actually lived. And to prevent that, we will investigate more reasons why to live like an enlightened. The knowledge I present here is not only from books and scriptures, it's also from an enlightenment which I know and from my own experience of changing my lifestyle. Second reason is that Jesus said, follow me. Again and again throughout the whole New Testament, he was saying, follow me. For, of course, this reason that people should behave already as an enlightened, even if they are not. But this you can also interpret in wrong ways. The whole Christianity throughout many centuries got it wrong and created a whole upbringing system, making it people a burden to be like Jesus. And if you are not like Jesus, and if you are not behaving good enough, then you are a bad person, then you are guilty. And so they created a whole society of guilt and shame with their upbringing, which at the end causes many mental diseases. Actually, Jesus taught a free lifestyle of love, of being spontaneous. Life is kind of easy, even if sometimes it's hard, but still he was presenting it like that. But the people made dogmas from copying Jesus in his good deeds. But his good deeds were only an outcome from his inside, his soul. His soul was good, developed, but from other things. Not that he forced himself to do good deeds. That's a difference. Actually, really, a life of an enlightenment is easy, is simple, but it's more than only copying his life or her life. Only copying, only living exactly the same is actually boring. And if one creates dogmas, rules, strict rules, it can even harm the soul, as it did when you look at the rates of mental illness in Western countries. The thing is that following Jesus is first of all meant in the inside, as Carl Jung, the famous psychologist, said. It's an inner development. And when you develop in your inside, you automatically become more and more good, and then the outcomes and good deeds follow automatically. But people with their education and with their upbringing try to force children to do good deeds for no reason, without any inner development, and so on. And the children wonder why they have to do that. And then what children do is often the opposite. Then they become even more bad because they don't understand why they have to be good. The next thing is the projection. People project their mental problems, their unfulfilled soul problems on others. And so also when they have a relationship with their enlightened, even if the enlightened are already dead, but still there is a spiritual relationship, and people in this relationship also project their problems on the other person, in that case on the enlightened. So from out of the illusion of duality, where they see a me and a you and not the union, they cause problems. And that's why they make rules from behaving like the enlightened instead of living free, living easy. Following with love, going the inner development, and automatically become good. Nevertheless, we can follow Jesus or Mohammed or Buddha, whatever you like, or a mix. Because to orientate us on an enlightened is always good, even to copy the outer behavior, but never forget the inner path of becoming more pure, of letting go attachment, of letting go bad habits, addictions, and of course the outcomes when someone has addiction or a bad habit. If there is a lack of that thing the person is addicted to, then the person reacts with anger, with sadness, with whatever. And to overcome all the negative emotions, it's good to go this inner development of letting go of attachment, of letting go of all of the cravings after the material. And then we become more and more better inside. It's a cleaning process, actually. What all the enlightened have taught, it's an inner, not a cleaning of the body, but a cleaning of the spirit. And then automatically good deeds follow. Because if you have no attachment and you don't want anything anymore, then there is only one wish. You want others also help with this path. And then you go on being a role model for others and help others. And this will also cause good deeds and good development in others at the end. But what now as third point stands behind copying these enlightened people? And there I had this personal insight, which is that we humans are, let's say, here in the middle, you can say, what is okay, it's not too bad. And let's say here are animals. And even some humans are more here when they are only craving after the material, after food, and after making babies, and they are not trying to develop in the inside, to be even good to strangers, to other people. Only they care for their family. Then they are very selfish as an animal, and then they are here. Even some animals are better sometimes as humans. It depends, but basically they are between human and here. But the full human behavior and the absolute fulfilled human is, let's say, goes in this direction, like a divine direction. Here, let's say there are angels, spiritual entities, and very less people are between what we call human and spiritual beings. Because when one develops, then actually the true humankind or the true being human is more here, is closer to the angels There is even a psalm or place in the Bible where it says God made the humans only a small bit under the angels. They are not so far away from the angels. Animals are more far away, but humans are closer to divine beings. And we can develop to these divine beings. We can go closer to an angel-like being. There's also an extra video. Because when we go closer to the animals, then we develop backwards, and that is bad. We have to go on this development. And why now to behave already like the angels or like the enlightened, like the divine beings, is that God or the universe always plays with you when you consciously decide each and every day, again and again, and behave already like the enlightened, like the angel, like whatever, then the universe will support you. It is always so. There is even in the Bible a thing which says, from which thing you have less, you will get even more less. And from things you have more, you will also get more. The universe always will support you, is what actually this verse means. It's not about getting less and you get less. Doesn't make sense if you think of material. And also, material growth doesn't work in that way. Only on the spiritual level things work that way, that whatever you behave already, you will get support from the universe. When you are sitting in front of the computer every day, writing, typing every day, doing something for a boss, then it will send you more work of this and more, and suddenly you will be overwhelmed from work. Oh my God, I have not enough time. That's why people always have not enough time, because from their behavior sitting in front of the computer working all day, they send automatically, you can't influence that, but automatically through their behavior, they send to the universe that they are a computer worker. And then they got even more work. And then it will never end, and then they feel overwhelmed. And then they get their burnouts and whatever they have there for problems. And that's why you should live like an enlightened. Then you will get the support also to one day, maybe in this life already, you get enlightened, but only when you already behave, and the universe will support you. God will support you. God sees that you want to live with him. God sees that you are on this divine path. You must make it visible, not for people, no matter what they will say you are wrong. They will say you are lazy. Why are you not sitting in front of the computer working all day? Because their view is so, they are abroad, they are educated like that. And they will not, most of them will not answer, but there I have extra videos. But for now, I can recommend you the video, how to live like an enlightened. Because at the end, the deeds count because the universe sees you. But don't go in this trap, only doing these deeds on the surface. Also try to develop the inside besides. Do you also know people who are over religious, who are only following Jesus or following their enlightened on the surface? Then give this video a thumb up, that I know that we are not alone. Many know people who are going this path only on the surface, which is not too bad, it's okay. But in long term, the soul will have questions. Why should I be good? The soul needs to find sense in that. Only copying on the surface is not enough. About sense and all these things, there are also extra videos. But don't forget to watch the video about how to live like an enlightenment. Have a nice day. See you soon. Bye.